Welcome back to Meet the Authors. This is our third segment today, and we are honored to have a very interesting author, Aleta Davis, who has overcome a lot to put together a series of books and short stories. So Aleta, put out your hand and shake your hand. There you go. Thank you. So glad to have you on our show.
Glad to be here.
I am glad. And you were telling me about your first book. Can we have the cover put up on this book? This is called The Protector by Aleta Davis. Who did the cover?
Joe Thielen, my brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law did the cover. And so This is an e-book, is that right?
Yes.
And it's available on Amazon.
Yes, Amazon eBooks.
Okay, and tell me about that book. You told me earlier it's really got quite a dramatic plot to it.
I first read it, or the rough draft of it in 1992. It is about Richard Walker and his family and their spirit-endowed castle, which is shown in the cover. They gather a force of mercenary soldiers and orphaned youth in the area and battle against a corrupt religious cult that is trying to subvert all the area children and kill all their parents.
Wow.
So
that's quite the dramatic plot. So it's a group of good people, mercenary soldiers and orphans, against a group of bad people that is a collection of evil religious
corrupted people that have been they've been subverted by a cult leader that I kind of based on David Koresh.
Ah.
That's how come the book started up in 1992, because that's about when he was.
How long did it take you to write the book?
I wrote it, the first draft, in a couple of years, and then it sat for a while, and then when I got started on it again, it took about another 1.5 to 2 years to really get it going and get it revised to what it became.
Yeah, that's
the
way books usually are. I remember my first murder mystery. It took me 14 years to put that book together, and you have to polish it and write it and really get it together so it's really the way you like it. And so you have this beautiful book, and it's not your only book either. Now, I know you have another book. I want to hear about that, but a collection of short stories, right? Tell me about your short stories.
Yes, it's called He What and Other Stories, and it's about in every story in it, one of the male characters does something that shocks most of the other characters in that story. It can be breaking every rule in the book all at one time, or kidnapping someone, or even in one case, a guy sells his soul kind of to this oracle 8-ball that is humongous, about 2 foot wide and big enough to hold both eyes so that you really get hooked on it.
Oh my gosh.
And
I love mischievous people, but this one sounds like more than just mischievous. A little bit.
They're very dangerous in some ways.
And then you have also a book here, and this is a collection of short stories put together by, I'm going to grab it from you for just a moment and hold it up for the camera. And this is called Pieces, and this is a collection of short stories from the Mobile Writers Guild, and that meets in Mobile on a regular basis.
Yes, and I have one in it.
And tell us about that story.
That story is where in Tarraquin, there's a certain way that they're supposed to pay homage to their elders, like to Richard or one of the upper officers of the army, and there's a corrupted form that some boys in one village nearby have been making children do for them. And when one character wants a little boy to give him the bad form of homage that humiliates the one doing it. The other boys in that boy's unit decide that they can't wait for the council of leaders in Tarraquin to discipline this kid. That council is involved in a meeting, but they've got to do something because one of the little guys has a split lip from this corrupted one.
He's a
punching
mean guy,
him.
huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
And
show us, put it on the screen where her books are available. You have a Facebook page. Oh, you don't have that together. You have a Kindle. Your book's available as Kindle, right?
yes,
Under your name, Aleta Davis. Okay.
they're through Amazon ebooks.
Amazon ebooks. That's really interesting. You have great characters. I love the characters and the plots. A lot of fantasy involved in it. How did you get inspired to write all those fantasy themes?
I've always liked fantasy as reading material, and I started when I was little. Some friends and I would take characters that we read about in others' books and kind of make up our own little adventures with them.
We all like to do that. And then you put it together as a book.
Then, as I got older and got into high school and college, I took creative writing and learned to make my own characters.
They are wonderful. Well, Aleta, put out your hand again. I'm going to show you one more time. We're so glad to have had you on our show. And we're glad that you all could join us here for Meet the Authors. Join us again next week. We'll be on with some new authors and shows from across the things. And check out my books on, put up my website, drstreams.com. All the authors are invited to put their books on the website, and you can check my books and theirs as well. Thanks you for tuning in to Meet the Authors with Philip Levin. We'll see you next time.